tonight. Major news, breaking major news here. According to the New York Magazine as well as CNBC, I'll be reading this information from both sources on this evening. The Homeland Security, a branch of the FBI, has raided the homes of P. Diddy, his Los Angeles home and his Miami home as well. So, according to New York Magazine, two homes belonging to Sean Diddy Combs have been raided by federal agents, according to NBC News. This development comes on the heels of a wave of sexual assault lawsuits filed against the music mogul since November, including one by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Combs has denied all the allegations against him. According to four law enforcement sources who spoke with NBC News, Homeland Security investigation agents executed search warrants at Combs' Los Angeles and Miami properties. A spokesperson for HSI New York confirmed in a statement that the agency executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local enforcement partners. In footage of the scene in LA obtained by TMZ, at least two helicopters can be seen circling above Combs' Beverly Hills property as police officers swarmed the area. Fox 11 also reported that several individuals had been handcuffed near the home, which is registered to Combs' Bad Boy Films production company and one of his daughters. It's unclear whether Combs was present at the time of the raids. A spokesperson for the rapper didn't immediately respond to the Cut's request for comment. A source familiar with the matter told NBC News the searches are connected to a federal investigation regarding allegations of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms. According to NBC News and Rolling Stone, federal agents in New York have interviewed at least four people regarding the allegations. Previously, Combs had reached a settlement in the rap lawsuit brought by Ventura in November, only to get slammed with new sexual allegations from three more women and one man. The lawsuits accuse Combs of violent attacks and of creating and distributing, quote, revenge, quote, porn. Combs has denied the allegations, calling them sickening. Douglas Wigdor, the lawyer representing Ventura and a Jane Doe who also sued Combs, said in a statement in response to the raids, "We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those that have violated the law. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct." Now let's go over to the CNBC article as the headlines reads. Feds raid Sean Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a criminal probe in New York, according to NBC News. Federal agents raided properties owned by hip-hop mogul Sean Combs in Los Angeles and Miami. NBC News reported the agents were authorized to search the properties by warrants issued in Manhattan federal court. Three women, and one man have been interviewed in New York by authorities in connection to a probe involving possible sex trafficking, sexual assault, the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms related to Combs, who is also known as Diddy. The raids come a month after music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued Combs, claiming he was sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened. Federal agents raided homes, according to the article, by hip-hop mogul Sean Combs in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a criminal probe based in New York. NBC News reported, citing sources, U.S. Department of Homeland Security agents who raided Combs' properties were authorized to search them by warrants issued in Manhattan federal court, months after a series of lawsuits accused Combs of serious sexual misconduct, law enforcement sources said. Phones were seized from the 54-year-old Combs in Miami before he was scheduled to leave for a trip to the Bahamas, according to NBC. A source familiar with the situation told NBC that three women and one man have been interviewed in New York by federal authorities in connection to a probe involving possible sex trafficking, sexual assault, the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms. Related to Combs was also known as Diddy, Puff Daddy, and P. Diddy. Interviews with three more women identified as Jane Doe are scheduled. Earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners, Homeland Security said in a statement to NBC4 Los Angeles. Benjamin Brafman, a New York attorney who has represented Combs, did not immediately respond to CNBC's request for comment. Combs has denied the civil allegations against him. The raids come a month after a music producer named Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a lawsuit in Manhattan federal court claiming that Combs sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened him while he was living and traveling with Combs. Tyrone Blackman, a lawyer for Jones, and two women who have sued Combs in a statement to NBC News said, "We can appreciate today's raids by the federal government. However, today's events are not going to prevent nor delay my client's pending and forthcoming actions for justice and resolution from the Combs RICO enterprise." Douglas Wigdor, a New York lawyer for singer Cassandra Ventura, who quickly settled a bombshell lawsuit against Combs last fall, accusing him of raping and sex trafficking her, said he was also representing a Jane Doe in the federal probe of Combs. "We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those who have violated the law," Wigdor said in a statement. "Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct," the lawyer said. Combs was sued in Manhattan federal court by Ventura, who is known as Cassie. Cassie's suit said that in 2005, when she was 19 years old, Combs lured her into a professional relationship by signing her to his label, Bad Boy Records, and within several years induced her into a sexual relationship and introduced her to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. The suit also claimed Combs raped Cassie in her home after she tried to leave him, blew up another man's car after learning of his romantic interest in her, and often beat and kicked her. Cassie and Combs agreed to settle her complaint for undisclosed terms just one day after she filed the suit. But after the settlement, two other women, Lizzie Gardner and Joey Dickerson Neal, filed lawsuits of their own, accused Combs of sexually assaulting them. A fourth woman, identified in court filings as Jane Doe, sued Combs in December, accusing him of gang raping her 2 decades ago. Now this might, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. As a criminal justice major, I can tell you this much right here. This fourth woman, Jane Doe, this might be the very case that is brought to trial. And there's a lot going on here. The FBI does not raid homes of a superstar mogul on this level unless they have sound, concrete evidence of something illegal that's taking place. Just because the news media is not reporting everything doesn't mean that they don't know everything. They're just not revealing everything that's happening. And Mr. Combs better be very, very careful. You better lawyer up real quickly and make sure that his counsel knows how to represent him, because this is going to get ugly, mark my words, and it's going to get nasty real quick. So for now, I'm Tyrone Bowman. I will keep you updated as these stories continue to develop. Never surrender, never